On this episode of WikiLocked,
There they are! Children of the Sun! It's up to us to find this attempted assassin. I have seen endless death. All right, Fortis Coliseum, how are you doing? Give me your worst.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, let's get started. We need to get our page numbers for the OSRS wiki up. We have 35,285 articles at the moment, a number which I hope becomes out of date immediately. The EverQuest 2 fandom is 378,000 articles, and that's a fandom. I remember watching some YouTube essay about how they suck. We need to top that. I'm gonna need a new article pitch from every single one of you. Oh God, I don't have anything. I hope I don't get called on first. I want new articles, and I want detailed articles. I want them looking like the never-ending iCarly fan wiki page about Carly and Freddie's ship. I think it's called Creddy. Like Freddie and Carly, I guess. Oh God, just start from the other side of the table. Oh wow, this just keeps going. Sorry, let me try to scroll faster. Still going. Okay, yeah, we'll start in just a moment. Damn. Oh wow, they do get together in the reboot. All right, that's it. Jones, what do you got? Damn it. Okay, so this is the Frozen platform. It's a platform that's frozen in the ruins of... Okay, now who in their right minds would ever care about that page? I'm making a new character on Runescape, but not allowing myself access to the wiki or any informative plugins. The only wiki pages I can view will be 5 random ones. I will then have to encounter them in game before I can generate a new one. And unlock the wiki one page at a time. I'm Scramp, and this is Runescape, WikiLocked. We are, in fact, on the lookout for the Frozen platform. A platform that is presumably frozen that's located in the ruins of Tepoyawik, a part of the Heart of Darkness quest in the Varlamore quest line. We have been questing a bit as of late. The page we rolled before, the Spork, had us going through 3 mini quests in the Recipe for Disaster quest line. We made 4 meals that I then unfortunately brought into the real world for the valuable scientific ideals of curiosity and commitment to the bit. We made a dirty blast, a fruit juice cocktail with ashes in it, a drink I genuinely didn't think was that bad, but the Cullen Romancer did because he tried to kill everyone before they could drink it. In order to free the dinner guests, we made the Goblin's favorite meal, the Slop of Compromise, a meal that compromised my digestive system. We baked a dwarven rock cake that, if cooked by a competent chef and without rocks or kidney stones, actually could be pretty good, and we freed Pirate Pete with a fish cake that ended up being the best of the bunch. I don't believe any culinary expeditions await us on our next journey, but we are beginning an expedition to a land that I have not stepped foot on, the recently added continent, Varlamore. We start the quest by eavesdropping on someone who is excitedly talking about the delegation from Varlamore, an isolationist nation that's finally opening up to other kingdoms. That's a smart lore way to suddenly have a new continent show up in the world. We're asked if we're intrigued by a new land to explore and discover, and we hit them with the I'm something of an adventurer myself meme. The 2 folks that are gabbing Varlamore, Noah and Alina, are complete opposites. Alina knows every single thing about this land no one else has gotten to. Any chance Noah gets, he throws in insults. Did you know that the Coliseum in Varlamore is the largest open-air stadium in all of the world? Open air? I'd rather just open a beer at home. The back and forth does not end as the delegation arrives. We are right behind them. Greetings. I welcome you to the kingdom of Mistaden. Oh, Children of the Sun. I hope your travels have brought you here safely. Yes, thank you. We've arrived on our quetzals and have placed them. Did he mean pretzel? No, quetzals are the unique species of bird they use to travel. Yes, of course. Why, those creatures are most magnificent. Bird-brained, if you ask me. Will you guys shut the fuck up? With the 2 of their commentary, nobody notices the guard with an incredibly suspicious sack walking right out in front. I guess he decided not to use the other 2 castle exits that were available and walked right in front of the sergeant and delegation. Well, I guess it's up to us to do something about it. I can't believe it's taken this long. It's time for a classic quest structure. It's a trailing mission. At first I don't realize that it's a trailing quest and that I should be sneaky. I just walk right up to him and I'm like, hey, what's in the bag? And get caught. Then I get caught again. Then on the 3rd time, I somehow get too far away from him, even though he's right in my sights. It's not a good trailing mission without multiple confusing and frustrating failures. 4th time's the charm. We sneak across, hugging the walls like Kronk, humming to ourselves at the appropriate stealth mission volume. We eavesdrop on the meeting with the rogue guard as he connects with some bandits. It looks like they're planning a hit on the delegation. Negative Noah over there must have sent them. We tell the sergeant, and it's up to us to find and point out the fake guards in disguise. Okay, well that one power posing for sure. No helmet on you, that's suspicious. This guy looks asleep, leaning against the wall. I'm gonna mark him, but actually this seems to me like real cop behavior. If I was looking for imposter cops on the subway, I'd flag the ones that weren't playing Candy Crush. But this isn't the real world, and we flag Candy Crush guard and move on. The last sus guard is wielding a mace, which isn't proper protocol. The only mace they get is for pepper spraying protesters. We snitch on the spies, and they're apprehended. Time to ask them a few questions. We're surprised by one of the delegation members, Prince Itzla of Varlamore, in the interrogation room. He wants to join in on the fun. Time for good cop, out of town cop, now on NBC. I guess I got the roles reversed because Itzla is definitely the good cop. He's asking them what form of interrogation the subject prefers, and he's politely asking if he knows what a chicken is, and hints at burning him alive. It works. The suspect says he got the mission to do the hit from someone from Varlamore, and the target was the Teokan, or the head priest of the delegation. Because we saw something, and then said something about the strange bag and saved the day, we now have permission to travel to Varlamore. Quest completed. To fly to the new continent, we can hop on these quetzals. Beautiful birds. These make avian teas look like pigeons. Looks like the stray dog wants to come with us to Varlamore. Sorry, Pooch. Varlamore Air doesn't believe you're an emotional support animal. We meet with the Tullis twins when we arrive. The Varlamore hospitality from Prince Itzla is gone. They're immediately insulting us. I don't look like much. I'll have you know that a mithril plate body and adamant legs are the best armor that anyone can possibly have where I'm from. They also have some drama with the prince. I'm getting some suspect vibes. I don't want to stereotype it, but twins in media are usually up to something. The Shining twins. Zack and Cody were always scheming. The Freak twins from Matrix 2. Sure, it's a misdirect because of how overdone the twin trope is. It's just first impressions. On our way to meet the prince, we're introduced to Metzli, the other Teokan. She says she knows this as the face of death. I mean, yeah, I've killed hundreds of chickens and crabs, but you could say the same to any chef in Fortis. Maybe she's a vegan. Good on her. She's the Teokan of Randolph, the god of the moon and darkness, while the Teokan Cerevis that we saved is the priest of Ralos, god of light. We have a secret rendezvous with Itzla in the Renewal Crypts, and oh wow, she wasn't kidding, they really love the darkness. It's pitch black and oh, the camera was just behind the wall. We meet up with Itzla and the Teokan is here with us. Turns out the high priest is the prince's father. Itzla says he'll tell us all about it sometimes. Thanks, Itzla. You don't need to tell us about how your dad had you. I think we know all about the birds and the bees. We're meeting in the crypt under the cover of darkness because some unknown Varlamorean is trying to kill Cerevis. It could be an intruder in our secret meeting. I thought I was the only person granted access to this new continent. Guess not. It's up to us to find this attempted assassin. Even though we're brand new to the region and culture, we've gotten ourselves in an episode of Law & Order Varlamore. They're pretty set on believing the hired hitman's testimony that it was someone from Varlamore, though my hunch is still saying that it was that jerk Noah who hated them right from the start. Anyone that was a part of the delegation could be a suspect. Itzla, Cerevis, the Tullis twins, and the accompanying knights. Prince Itzla doesn't think it's him. That's also what the killer would say. Knowing his dad is in this position of spiritual and cultural power. Is he trying to take him out to ascend? The old Oedipus push? Itzla, I think you're the— Oh, but he does mention his dad could be a suspect as well. Now that's a twist. Teokan Cerevis plans his own hit in order to frame soldiers of Iraq on the brink of new diplomatic relations, in order to keep Varlamore as an isolationist nation for good. Cerevis, I think you're the— Cerevis does say he would have done a better job if it was him. Good point. They're trusting of the twins at the moment, so it seems like we're going to be investigating the knights to find the killer. Okay, what's this level 2-ass Lumbridge commoner doing in the thriving isolationist kingdom? It took me foiling a political assassination to get access, and this dude is just here on a shopping spree? Hi, I'm a foreigner who's somehow been deputized by the state. Can I ask you a few questions about the assassination plan on the Teokan? Oh, yeah, of course, I'm happy to talk. I'm just lifting crates. The most classic Law & Order witness job. We're looking for a crate of weapons on the deck. I think this is a job for WikiLocked, RuneScape's greatest detective. I can infer which crate has weapons based on the weight and sound. Oh, here's the exact description of it. Oh, well then I found it. Suspicious crate of weapons. You've traveled over international waters, clearly made for violence. You could have been there during the assassination. Tell me, what were you doing just a few minutes ago this afternoon at the time of the delegation? Suspicious crate, I think you're a dog. I mean, we gotta pet the Varlamore stray dog. Wow, they really have advanced civilization far more than Varrock. Their stray dog is way cleaner. Next suspect. Hi, care to answer a few questions? 3001? 3002? Oh yeah, I just need a sparring trainer first. Oh, a Coliseum training partner, I can absolutely do that. Let me give the Coliseum a good whirl first so I can better understand what he's training for. I've got some solid stats and gear, I think it's worth a try. Okay, Coliseum, give me your worst. Oh, gee, actually don't. I have to choose one of these modifiers that makes it harder? Okay, I guess I'll do the HP one. Get ready to go. All right, Fortis Coliseum, how are you doing? This one goes out to all the sick children out there. I'm doing this for you. Oh God, what? No, this is so hard immediately. No, we gotta tell her out of here. Sorry, kids. Okay, I made it 16 seconds. That's something. I'm just gonna get ready for the practice spar. I hope it's not as bad as the actual Coliseum. It's just practice. We're gonna take our completed wiki page of fun weapons, the Nerf Goblin Hammer that wouldn't hurt a soul, and since he asked for multiple different damage types, we also have the Love Crossbow, and then a Fire Staff to actually fight back. And let's also bring our kitten 1877 Cars for Kids with us and some food for him. Oh damn, this guy is also not messing around. He's got a Dark Souls health bar over his head. For a practice? Okay, maybe let's not use the joke weapons. He's using protection prayers at the spar? I shouldn't have brought the cat. I should have brought actual food for me, I guess. All right, let's try that again. Hello, we're here live at the Coliseum for a riveting sparring match between WikiLocked and a knight who is accused of murder. Let's hope he goes easy on him. Murderers do make great athletes. Let's see the FanDuel spread for the match because I guess FanDuel sponsors every sporting event now. That's right, Chip. The ability to throw your life and hard-earned money away is easier than ever. Oof, and we have the Knight of Varlamore with a 500-to-1 odds to win it. That makes sense. Scramp bought joke weapons and a pet kitten to the fight last time. You don't bring a rubber chicken to a knife fight. The fight is on his way. He has quite a few lobsters in his backpack, which are, of course, legal to use. Oh, we got a prayer flick. It looks like WikiLocked is trying to use magic with all that armor, Dan. That's a no-go, Chip. To talk more about why that's a bad idea, we have Arcane Wizard Feloni's Dungle on the sidelines. It doesn't work! Thanks, Dungle. Looks like Wiki is taking off his clothes to increase his magic power. Well, that's what I told the missus last night. Not again, Dan. Folks, it looks like WikiLocked is engaging in a Benny Hill-esque fight around the pole, trying to avoid the knight. You're not in a good spot when they start playing the wacky music, Dan. We're getting down to the end of it. Wiki is eating the last of his lobsters. The knight is running low on health. And wow, that's a clutch max hit from Wiki right there. I think the upset is his. And he goes down. That's a Wiki win. And while I'm a happy camper, I had a three-way parlay with Wiki winning, all of his lobster being eaten, and you making a joke about your wife. You have a serious problem, Dan. Well, stay right here on ESPN World 342 where we have the Gnome Ball Froggy Cup Finals as the fan-favorite Toadstools get ready to play the Morning Dew. Hey, can I ask you some questions? I'm drunk. Great. I was surprised it took this long into a new quest line to have a plot line that deals with intoxication. But it's the rare example of where we're sobering someone up instead of giving them so many drinks that they technically should die. And we also have the inverse now of the trailing mission, the also beloved follower mission. We have to walk to this fountain and keep reminding the drunk knight that she has to follow along. She sobers up in the fountain. Time for the final suspects. Hey, can I ask you a few? Help us catch a thief. There's a bunch of citizens around here that we can pickpocket, and we're looking for a planted amulet. There's also wealthy citizens here in the market that have a special fancy gold headband to indicate their wealth, but we can't pickpocket them until we're level 50 thieving. I don't think they have the amulet. They're a different kind of thief. Nab the amulet, turn it in, and we can begin our questioning for real. It's an interesting mystery. They all might have their reasons. The guard looking for the weapon shipment. Was that to prepare for another attack? How about the knight training in the Colosseum? There's no way he could actually fight in the real Colosseum. That was super hard. So what was he training for? Another attack? And why were those knights at the tavern? Were they drinking away the guilt and embarrassment after their failed assassination attempt? And how about the ones in the market? I don't have anything for them. Maybe they're cool. The twins tell us to search the knight's quarters, and I don't know why we could have done that before. Nobody was home. And just sitting in Varlamore's chest is a smoking gun letter, telling him that the Tyokan can't return from his travel to the east. Only with the Tyokan's demise can Twilight's promise begin. And hey, that's the name of the quest. Okay, I guess the culprit was Varlamore, one of the knights of the tavern. I mean, it's obviously damning evidence, but it feels a little too obvious, don't you think? If we can talk to Varlamore and get more info, maybe we'll see what's really going on, and oh no, the twins just straight up kill him. It's time to travel to the Tiamat, the religious center of Varlamore, to meet up with Itzla and Dad to let them know all the shit that's going down. We're given our own little bird to fly over there. Say hi to Renu. Oh my god, what a cute little mount. Now that's some hospitality to give a new visitor their very own adorable airplane. So Itzla is also just fine with the twins just straight up executing someone with no due process? Alright, so much for the good out-of-town cop. Turns out the twins' family were the original rulers for most of the kingdom's history. Okay, maybe it was a little quick to say that something was up just because they were twins, but twins that have direct lineage to the deposed ruling family? I mean, come on! I bring up the title of the quest, Twilight's Promise, and another quest vocab term, the Final Dawn. The Final Dawn is a blasphemous concept of the end of the world. So I'm gonna have to go back to the goth vegan pope of the church, Metzli from earlier. Metzli gives us Varlamorean Apocalypse 101. Jimua, the rebirth of the world, as Ralos and Ranul come together. The believers of the Final Dawn think that they can trigger this cycle, this big world event themselves. Now I have a ton of questions. First off, will this be on the test? Hey WikiLocked, we need you out here now. Just a moment. Now will there also be a paper at the end of this course? Now! What? I don't see anything. Oh, I'm behind a pole again. It's another assassination attempt. This time they sent a full team. I still have my Nerf Goblin hammer in my inventory, so I take it out for a spin during this big fight, and surprise, it still doesn't do anything. We fight off the attackers to go back to find... What happened? What do you mean what happened? We were attacked. Oof, did someone happen to get through the gates because, hypothetically, someone thought it would be fun to use a toy hammer during a political assassination? Whew, nobody actually did make it in. We held off the attackers. But the Tyokan still has been stabbed, or kicked in the balls, I can't tell. And Metzli, our goth pope and professor, has disappeared. Oh, no, it's too late to add a new course. My semester's ruined. Well, that quest is completed. We have one more quest in the series to go, and then we can encounter our true mark, the frozen platform. We will need 48 Slayer and Thieving to complete the quest, but maybe we can start it and find our frozen platform without it? I talked to Itzla again, and thankfully the Tyokan has immediately made a recovery since the second assassination attempt. But we don't have the necessary levels to begin. Alright, off to train to become a real killer. It's time to train Slayer. A mainstay of MMORPGs are quests with thinly veiled story that just requires you to kill X of a certain amount of monster, bringing it to the quest giver and continue on with a quote-unquote story. As you've seen with all the different quests we've been bouncing along, Runescape doesn't have this. It has successfully rid the questing system of the bloated kill quests, but it only did that by taking all the kill quests and pushing them somewhere else. The Slayer skill. All the Slayer skill is those kill quests, but with no story, just violence. You go to your designated violence sponsor or Slayer Master, and they dole out which species you are bound by fate to eradicate. I don't know how they come up with what species deserve to die. Queen to d7, check. King to 8h, rook to a8, checkmate. Your task is to kill 58 dwarves. I go to check in with my vengeful Slayer Master in Berthorpe, but I guess I already have a task? I thought all my Slayer experience came from going to the museum that teaches kids how to be violent. Oh look, an exhibit on monkeys. You learn the ways of the animal, and thus the way to kill them, to rip them limb by limb. By one of his Slayer Master burner phones, the enchanted crystal. It's the only way to keep up to task with your tasks, or to get in contact with Slayer NPCs like you were in Grand Theft Auto or the Barnyard video game. Turns out our recent Slayer task was to kill 27 ghosts. It's not often that Slayer Masters tell you where you actually find your prey, so I'm worried that I'm not going to know where the enemy's at. But we have killed ghosts already. They were hanging out in Melzar's mansion. So we ghost till we bust, completing the task. We're at 15 Slayer, 33 levels to go. We don't have to return to our vengeful game player in Berthorpe. Slayer Masters are not dictated by your Slayer level, but rather your combat level. And we're currently at level 71, so we can talk to the fairy god murderer Chialdar, which I will always read as Cheddar. Next up, we have to hunt fire giants. Well, I don't know where those are. Remember there being a fiery chasm in the ground in Kourend? I think that's a good place to hunt fire giants. It's near the Shazian military encampment, so I walk all the way over there, I get my magic equipment, I'm ready to snipe some giants. I have a very cordial check-in with a possessed cultist who's guarding the chasm, and says I can only kill the monsters down here on a Slayer task. Well, I have the tickets on my phone crystal here, and I do in fact have a Slayer mission to kill these giants, so I'm gonna go hop right in, and these are demons. They're both big red guys, but we're gonna have to find a new fire giant location. The only dungeon I've really been to on this account is the Soul Wars dungeon where I harvest my dragon bones, if you don't count running into the God Wars dungeon for the sole purpose of bird watching to the death. Maybe there's a world where that dungeon has a sizable fire giant population? And look at that, there you are. The wild fire giants. Watch as they mill about with their cartoonish temper, big ass swords, and well, big ass. God damn, look at that lava cake jiggle. I go into the double cheeked up giant enclosure and try to line up a good place to safe spot the fire lads, but the game is just consistently bringing me into hand-to-hand combat, which I am not prepared for. With the same Benny Hill-esque avoision from my Coliseum spar, I eventually get one fire giant down, getting 16 Slayer and I think my first ever combat task. Okay, this isn't gonna work, I'm gonna have to suit up. Even as I said to the fine folks in Varlamore, the best possible equipment anyone in the West can wear, a mithril chain body, addy plate legs, and a rune med helm, the fire giants are clobbering me pretty good. I need to find a fire giant location where I can safe spot them to help this grind get done quicker. Alright, it's time for old WikiLocked to put on the detective cap again. We're looking for where the hot-headed BBL-having giants live. Well, there's the dungeon inside the Karamja volcano that leads to the Tazar laser tag arena. I think that's a pretty good place to start. We climb down there and more demons. Now, why would demons be in here and giants not be? All right, well, we just gotta continue combing all the local dungeons, I guess. It looks like there's one up the road in Karamja to check out. Oh God, and they have an 875 gold cover to get in. I barely have enough to do it. But it's gonna be worth it because the dungeon bouncer says there are giants inside. He doesn't know what else is in there because his agility and woodcutting aren't great, but we don't care either. That comment was a lifesaver though, because now I figure out I should bring an axe inside. If I spent the last of my money to get into the dungeon and then couldn't get through because of trees, I would have been so mad. We're in our usual magic garb that I've said before, has us looking like Gandalf on Laundry Day, pay to get into Karamja's second hottest dungeon, and we cut and hop our way through to find, oh, they got dogs here. Aw, maybe I could bring some to my animal shelter I've built. They don't seem violent, none of the dogs are attacking me. Okay, there is bloodstains leading to a skeleton who's been stabbed, but oh, these little guys can operate tools. I continue into the fire giant section, and great, there's a little cubby here where I can hide and blast fire giants. Perfect. A few fire giants later, and oh, one drops a rune scimitar. Oh, you shouldn't have. I had no clue you guys could drop these. One kill later, we're level 22 Slayer, and we're all out of air runes. The fire giants have dropped some extra change from their extra jiggly pockets to allow us to enter the dungeon again. So we swap our fire staff for an air one. The fire giants have also given us tons of fire runes, so this should hopefully be enough to finish the task. Chop and hop through, start blasting again, the fire runes weren't even close. We run out with 33 kills left to go. Time to compete on everyone's favorite agility show, the agility pyramid to make 100k, and let's see what prizes we can get. How about brand new rune armor? So we buy some for 85,000, geez, I forgot it was that much. But now I think I'm ready to go back to melee combat with the fire giants, which will hopefully be faster and with longer trips. I mean, that kind of worked. The rune armor isn't stopping all the damage. 3 trips later, we're done. We are 20 Slayer levels away. Back up to the moon to see who Cheddar wants us to give the axe. We gotta knock out 118 Calphite. I know they're found in the desert, so we cross the Shantae Pass and check out the first dungeon we see right to the left. We're greeted by another skeleton, this one which either has his clothes pristinely on him immune from the sands of time, or someone dressed him up. He has a diary next to him, and it follows the classic RPG environmental diary storytelling, where Buggy the Bug Hunter has discovered these Calphite critters and is raising them as his own in his cave. And in classic RPG diary storytelling fashion, his quest for knowledge leads him to his own doom. As the bugs grow larger, one of them bites him and poisons him to death. Well, I guess we've stumbled upon our Calphite cave though. Time to study our prey. The Calphite are a green bug found in the desert and presumably Australia. They come in 3 sizes: worker, soldier,
and Guardian. According to Buggy's diary, it's unknown when they developed a class structure that puts the worker on the bottom. It's yet to be seen if there will be a Caliphite revolution.
To get this Slayer task done as quickly as possible, we're going to become Union Busters and crush the workers. I wasn't well dressed enough for Fire Giants, but I'm knocking down these Caliphite workers easily. Level 31 Slayer, 8 kills away from completing the mission. I mean, we might as well try to see how going for the higher class Caliphites go. So I go in with Protect from Melee on, and I'm poisoned? Okay, I remember reading about poison in the diary, but shouldn't protection prayers protect from poison? Isn't that what God is supposed to do? Medical miracles like these? Grab some anti-venom from the bank and load up on food to try to get another kill before the poison can enter my bloodstream. And nope, poison again, but I think I can get this bug down. Aha, there we go. We get 100 coins. Okay, I'll take it. I stock up on a Perth hospital's worth of anti-venom and eventually get enough of these guys down to complete the Slayer task. I was getting more Slayer XP for the larger bugs, but it definitely was not worth the hassle. Alright, Cheddar, who's next? 81 Fire Giants. We're all out of runes if we want a safe spot again. But there's another skill that even more effectively snipes, so to speak. Ranged. Currently, my ranged is at level 1. It's the only skill remaining that's at level 1. So why would I take all the time to train ranged up to the 50s to compete with magic? Well, 1, I'm dumb, and 2, I want to. I got more long grinds ahead of me, and sometimes the most efficient plan is just the one you want to do, because you're more likely to actually play the game and do the damn thing. The other reason I was telling myself I wanted to do ranged is that it's easier to not run out of your ammo. You can run and scrounge around on the ground to pick up loose arrows, like one of those guys who's really into using the metal detector on the beach. Runes, when you use them, they just fade into sand, like someone who's being really dramatic at the beach. So I load up on all the range supplies I'll need for tens of levels, at a very fair price if I say so myself. I get all the bows I'll ever need and some starting ranging armor for less than 3k. I got some loose arrows in the bank that I'll use and get to training. First off, we shoot bats in the air like a Runescape duck hunt, then guards to level 20, sand crabs to level 36, and I think that should be okay to get back to slaying. But before we can slay, first we have to slay by buying and equipping the ranging koi from the Champions Guild store. We look like Lord Farquaad going out for a hunt. Back to the opposite of Lord Farquaad, giants. So safe spotting ranged is definitely more time consuming because I don't want to lose a single arrow. I'm consistently running out into total danger and being hurt just for a single steel arrow. I'm hit so bad that I had to take another trip to get more food. While I'm out, I buy the better ranging gear for when I hit 40 ranged. Okay, it's so much cheaper than rune items. You'd think gear harvested from a dragon hide would be worth a pretty penny, but I think it's a steal. 40 ranged, we can put on our shooting overalls. We run out of arrows, only 15 giants left, 42 ranged, 35 slayer, and 0 patience. We compete on the agility pyramid and get 80k more for arrows. Before I get back to giant slaying, knocking these giants off their stalks like jacking off if you will, I realized something that could help my archery is the amulet of accuracy that I lost when I thought it would be a good idea to bring it to the wildy. So I just asked the Mardi Gras wizard for another out of desperation, and he will give us another if we bring him some beads and a king cake baby. So we go to collect the beads. There's the red, white, oh, red, white, yellow, and black. We get the amulet again. Final giant down. We're at 36 Slayer, 12 levels to go. Next up, 118 Calphite. Okay, I'm starting to detect a pattern. It's time to be a Pinkerton and go crush the workers. I'm literally being outgunned by my fellow players. Someone brought a giant turret and is trying to fight them Emu War style. For those who don't know about one of the great wiki articles, the Emu War was the Australian government's attempt in the 1930s to fight off a large emu population that was destroying crops with machine guns. The machine guns jammed during one battle and the overall offensive was seen as ineffective, with an official report saying the men had suffered no casualties except their dignity. That's Slayer level 38. 10 away, task done. Next up, we're finally breaking the pattern with lesser demons. Though they take the place everywhere fire giants should be, so I guess it's kind of the same back and forth. I'll go to that chasm I thought the fire giants were originally and get started on our next task. There they are, the lesser demon. The lesser demon is a formidable fiend from hell, made from fear itself, that fears nothing but this dangling rope apparently. We can just hide behind the rope and send these demons back from whence they came. I jump back to melee to see if they hit less than fire giants, so this can go along faster, and they do! Demon slaying done, we're at level 40. Cheddar finally throws us a bone. Our next task is crabs. Finally something we can phone in. The weak rock crab has a perfect disguise, hiding themselves as boulders on the shore. This camouflage is immediately ruined by the fact they will attack anyone who walks by them, making them perfect prey like no others for adventurers to AFK train. And AFK train we do. Task done, 41 Slayer. Next up, trolls, our most sentient target yet. We know they have a civilization and yearn for the Birthorpe game room. I don't remember there being a good safe spot in their hideout, so I think I might as well go for the full rune armor and buy the rune plate legs from the Champions Guild gift shop. You want to play a game, WikiLocked? Oh no, Flippa. No, don't follow me. You're not gonna like what I have to do. Just run away. Run away for your own good. We buy these rune jeans, and look at that fit. Look at our Canadian tuxedo armor. This is the peak of what I know armor can be. Middle school me would be drooling right now. Rune armor was inconceivable. Let's see what I can do. Here we have the troll in their mountain cave hideout, where they have everything human society has. Bedrooms, a prison system, a computer to write mean comments online. 70 trolls later, task done, 43 Slayer. It's creeping along now. Next up on Cheddar's charcuterie killing board is 88 Basilisk. I always ask for any tips, and so far she's been no help at all, but this time she says they have a gaze that will paralyze me, and I'll need a mirror shield. Maybe she's like a car mechanic that's selling me something I don't need, but since this is the first time she's ever given me helpful info, I'll take her up on it and buy this disco ball shield. Since these are Slayer specific monsters, I'm gonna guess they're in the Slayer specific dungeon up in Releka, and there they are. You would believe the basilisk to be reptile, based on its depiction in myth and culture, but no. They're a honey badger with strange colors and dangerously good at making eye contact. We mow down the basilisk, and they are dropping leaves like trees in the fall. There are so many grimy herbs to pick up. Task done, another Slayer level gained, only 4 away. We're now over combat level 75, so we can use a new Slayer Master. There's Konar and Korend who can give us some tougher tasks, and her whole deal is she assigns enemies in one specific location, so no more being lost looking for my target. We walk the Korend 5k to Konar, and she at least gives us the smallest amount of story reason to give us a target. We're doing this in the name of balance, which is some Thanos villain shit, but hey, at least it's a reason. We have to bring balance to 50 Enku in the Catacombs of Korend. The Catacombs of Korend are under this giant statue plaque thing, implying the scariest thing about statues may not be their monstrous resemblance of figures, but rather what lies below. So let's go check these guys out. Oh, God, they're scary. Nature documentary voice guy, care to tell us about them? Oh, fuck no. You're on your own. Jeez, okay. Well, I guess they're like a fleshy version of the ballistic test dummies from Deadliest Warrior. Their fleshy, gooey bones, I guess, allow them to stack on top of each other. Like 3 of them are attacking me at once. It's impossible to deal with. But I figure out a way to escape the heat once the crash test dummies swarm me by climbing back through the crevice I came in from. It takes a few trips, but I realize I think only one Enku can go at me if I hang out in the corner on the left. And as long as I never leave the tile, not for any drop, not for any trap, I can't leave for anything. Sandwich delivery for WikiLocked. Ooh, sandwiches. I mean, if I wait for her to move in front of me, this should be all right. Ooh, triangle sandwich, thank you very much. Ah, no, it was a trap. The sandwich lady was an Enku in disguise. All right, and there's the last test dummy. Oh shit, it's been an entire comp episode and I haven't done a CSI Miami pun. Okay, imagine I'm killing the last guy. Thank you very much. Walk on another Korend marathon to get to Konar. Can't believe this is 10 times longer than going to the literal moon. Next up, ooh, a classic, Calphite in their Calphite cave. Our skeleton friend Buggy in the cave is not letting us go for the bugs because they're not our Slayer assignment? Didn't he call this his Calphite cave? I guess this isn't the location? Turns out there's another Calphite bunker deeper in the desert, so I run over there, realize I need to bring a rope, run back, and get to bug stomping. And we're done, we're just 3 levels away. Next up, 129 Hellhounds in the Taverley Dungeon. So we have been there before. It's where we made our NyQuil chicken for the druidic ritual. But damn, I had no clue how big this dungeon was. The Hellhounds are actually right over this wall, but we need 80 agility to move through that. So we go all the way around the river of lava that's here for some reason. Surprise, surprise, more lesser demons, and the door is locked. Well, I think there's one main place the key could be. The Black Knight headquarters that for some reason is deep in the dungeon. God, imagine how awful that's gotta be for all the employees to commute to. So I try to think where a key could be. Maybe it's a pickpocket thing. Maybe it has something to do with the prison cells here. They've locked up an explorer adventurer guy, maybe for adventuring, maybe for being late to work. So I try to talk to him, but it looks like I'm gonna need to break him out, kill his jailer and get in. He gives me the key I need and I guess just stays in there. All right, this is going super smoothly. Get through the door, get around the dragons, and goddamn, those demons are huge. They really do make the other ones look lesser. That's horrifying. And we make it all the way to poisoned. No, after all this way, can't even go back through the agility shortcut, even though I'm right by the entrance. Okay, I made it all this way. I should get one kill in to see how strong they are. They are in fact pretty strong, but maybe it's the poison that's wrecking my insides like a week-old Crunchwrap Supreme. I made it all this way. I might as well check out what's in the rest of this dungeon. Maybe this ladder is another exit. What? I'm on that little island outside of the Catherby fishing shores? What? Okay, maybe that hole in the wall by the Hellhounds is an exit? I don't think so. There's another cultish looking guy with Coraline eyes. Oh no, he's like the personal assistant for Cerberus, the three-headed hellhound from Greek myth. I had no clue he was in this game. And for some reason, my character, even as he's suffering from a stomach bug, says I have been charged by the Slayer Masters to fight him. And oh, no, please don't make me face this boss. Whew, I can leave. I try to pray away the sick, and that doesn't work. I thought that would work. I run all the way through again, and I finally make it for real to the Hellhounds. The Hellhounds are demon canines sent from hell to prey upon the living. Unfortunately, at this point in the game, you cannot pet them. There are examples of kind Hellhounds in the world, though, such as Clifford the Big Red Dog. This ends up being the longest of the Slayer tasks by far. I just keep at it, continually sniping these hot dogs until after reaching 54 ranged, I get the last Hellhound. I'm only 339 XP from 48 Slayer. So close we can almost taste it. Rather than run all the way to Kourend again, I go up to the moon, back for some more cheddar tasks. Our final task is lesser demons. Of course they would. Well, I guess I am going back to Kourend to hide behind that rope, even though everywhere we've gone this episode, lesser demons have been there. And we're done. 48 Slayer. Jeez, we've done a lot of killing to get 35 levels of a skill. It felt like a glacial grind that only RuneScape pace could cover, and that's only one of the skilling prerequisites. We also need 48 thieving. This one is going to be a lot different. Instead of running all over the map killing various enemies, I'm just going to park myself in front of this produce stand and click it thousands of times. The fruit stalls won't allow you to fail when you thieve them, and if you line up the 2 guard dogs that again the game won't let you pet, on either side of the fruit stall, you can just keep pocketing pears and watch that thieving climb. So here we are. Riveting stuff. And there we are, 48 thieving. I filled my inventory up with the strange fruit that gives run energy, since that seemed like the most rare and valuable item. And we get back to Itzla. Death in our eyes, for I have seen endless death. Death is a friend of mine now, an old friend. A friend so old we can sit in the same room and say nothing at all. He knows I speak in the way of the kill. We hold hands drenched in blood and watch the sun set in the eyes of every creature we kill. Oh, and I also stole this bushel of strawberries for you. Itzla's new plan is to go undercover into the apocalyptic cult group. Then his mom shows up and he tells her about his undercover plan, and the queen absolutely flips on him. It's really hard to watch. We're just hiding the back here. It's like when your friend gets yelled at by their parents while you're over, it just makes you want to crawl out of your skin. So, after he gets a good talking to, it seems we might be on our own to infiltrate the cult. While us and a secret contact we need to meet at a room in the inn. Get the room and wait for my contact. And wait. And wait. Inspect every single item. Oh, is the woman outside the contact? Nope. Wait some more. Hello? Anyone here for the secret meeting? Oh, I'm in the wrong room. It's the room on the ground floor. We go to sleep in the bed, and I'm awoken by the secret contact. It's Prince Itzla in an N95 mask. He says there's no one else he can trust but him and us. That as an outsider, we'd have no part in this conspiracy. No ulterior motive. So we get ready to sneak into the initiation ceremony. And ooh, a lamp from a random event. I got a few lamps during the Slayer slog that I used, but now that I have no pressing skills, I guess I'll hold on to it. We meet back up with Itzla at the new cult recruit training, and dude, you gotta put a better disguise on, man. Your UI is totally giving you away. Everyone can see it. He's got a great fake name, though, to really sneak through. Itzlan. Foolproof. He says to make some small talk with the other new hires, mill about the table with the cold stale party sub, and get some info. Hey man, it's a lovely night to bring about the end of the world, am I right? Leave me be. I'm not here to make friends. Jeez, okay, yeah, you're here to win. I know the Survivor phrase. Oh god, is the initiation process just gonna be like Survivor? We get called into the initiation tower. The first floor is a little puzzle to find the passcode, where we pickpocket someone to get access to find this diary. Well, those highlighted words probably mean something. The last word is obey, is 4 letters, and so is the lock, so I try to put that in, but there aren't the right letters to do it.
So how about the first letter from each of the highlighted words? And there we go.
We get a poem that is each of the cardinal directions in a language of the old ones, which looks like is not in Duolingo, so we'll have to have Itzlan, translate, input the order of the directions in the lock, and we have the passcode. Oh no, next up is a combat trial. We just need to survive. There are first aid kits around the room, so I stock up on the boxes with tiny bandages and Neosporin and start the trial. Oh shit, they're literally dropping the hammer. I think this is the first attack that I've actually had to dodge in my time playing RuneScape, and I am not getting it down. Ah, they got mages too. Okay, no, everyone's attacking. And I'm covering myself in as many tiny band-aids as I can. Ah, let me take my orange juice slices and Capri Suns in peace. Woo, Prince Itzla is combat level 167? All right, I'm glad I'm on the other side of him. We make it to what feels like the final wave, and I'm running out of prayer and food. And what? Itzla goes down? I mean, I guess I should have hogged all the band-aids in Capri Sun. All right, let's try this again. I'm trying to get hit less so I can give more of the healing to Itzla. So I'm using protection prayers from the very start. I even bring a strength potion. This is the first time I'm in a combat situation so dire that I need help from potions. I'm slapping a band-aid on his arm and an orange slice in his mouth while dodging the hammer. Running low on health, trying to heal. And no thank you, Genie, I would not like XP on a skill right now. I wish I could use my wish on practical help and not like theoretical knowledge. Back on the final wave and he falls again? I've been healing you. I thought you were combat level 167. I stock up on food and potions again. I'm really running out of fish here. I am slathering Itzla and Neosporin every chance I get until the game says he is at full health, just to make sure. I completely run out of food, almost wipe them out of first aid kits, but we finish the task. Third trial, here we go. One of these acolytes is a traitor, and it's up to us to find them. Well, it's time for Detective WikiLocked to be back on the case, so let's go. Oh, Itzla wants to talk to us first. I guess, yeah, that's a good idea. So the plan is to find the one who doesn't know the true beliefs of the Twilight Emissary. I mean, I'm not sure that I know either. I asked them all about their mission in the Final Dawn, and they're all waxing about how Ranul and Ralos are going to team up and start a new world. All but this guy with the man bun. He says that the Final Dawn is inevitable, but remembering Professor Metzley's class, it's the opposite. Final Dawn is this specific apocalypse that is being engineered, is being put into place by the Twilight Emissaries, the very cult he finds himself in. That's their one thing. So I think it's this guy. I choose Adrius, and yay, it's him. Oh, they kill him. And if he was trying to take down the evil cult, he probably was a good guy. Oh well, next task. All right, final task is we have to fight each other. Oh no. Oh god, he's got a Dark Souls boss health bar too. Oh, and he's level 167, and he's all these crazy attacks, and he kills me pretty much immediately. All right, I'm down to my last fish and random slices of chocolate cake. If I don't win this one, I'll have to go fishing. I eventually figure out a pattern to dodge his main swipe attack. Once his health bar goes away, I need to get to the other side of him. He keeps on going with these same 2 trash-talking lines. I get him down to his last health. Oh, it's gonna be heartbreaking to kill him as I was the only person he trusted. Oh, he yields. Wait, why did he straight up kill me then? We made it in the cult. We get our cult robes, along with an hour of mandatory training videos to watch. Our first meeting is being held in the main chapel, and they won't let me in. What do you mean I'm not wearing all the robes? Oh, I didn't put on the sandals. I guess it's similar to a bar by the beach. No shoes, no service. We arrive for our evil meeting, and out comes the mastermind behind it all. It's Noah, the mean guy from Varrock. No, it's Metzli. I don't think bringing about the end of the world is very vegan of her, though. I mean, yeah, of course, it all makes sense. Her saying that she saw death in our eyes. She knew that we'd have to train 48 Slayer in order to get back here to complete this quest. Her being the one that tells us all about the final dawn. Her kicking the Teo-can in the balls. It's all adding up. She goes on her monologue and says the gods have been reborn and brings out the twins. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. The twins being immediately mean, beefing with the prince. Why did they go have me help out all the knights? So they could plant the evidence in Varlam's chest and then kill him before he could say anything else. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. Just show me the frozen platform. Our next mission involves the ruins of Tapoyawik. That's what I'm talking about. That's where the platform is. It's time to head down there. We get to the ruins and these snow beings with awfully receding hairlines show up and blow Itzla all the way to the other side of the dungeon. We've been split up. Begin to navigate through the ruins, immediately get drilled in the head, almost killing me. Navigate a little more skillfully through other perilous icy areas, and there it is. After all the killing, the infiltration, the band-aids, the stolen fruit, the frozen platform. We leap onto it. We feel the icy platform on our feet. Oh, geez, yeah, I should have taken these sandals off. I'm sorry, Itzla. Turns out you couldn't trust me either. I'm unfortunately gonna have to leave you up there, stranded. This is where our story ends. You're right, I have no interest in the politics of Varlamore, but that does not make you my ally. I have no allies. My only ally is chaos itself. With all this double crossing and spiritual and political motives, you never would have guessed that my deal was just wanting to see a random platform of ice, but that's exactly what's happening. Complete randomness does my bidding. And I must bid you adieu, as I have a new page to roll. Farewell, sweet prince. Okay, sorry for that evil monologue. I just really was in the genre and I felt kind of fitting, you know? Well, that's our 15th page completed. Let's see what we might tackle next. The Scythe Sharpener. It has been removed. That's a 2014 Halloween event. We take those count, and we roll a new page. Let's keep it going. We have a penance hat. No, it's a barbarian assault one. No. On the next episode of WikiLocked. All right, guys, I didn't do great in my last time at Barbarian Assault, but I've grown. I've gotten better at the game. I'm here to give it my all. I will not run away from you. That is a promise. You are my team, and we're in it to win it. And you're all lesser demons. What the fuck? Thank you everyone for watching, for sticking around for my little plug. It's just a little tiny plug to join my Patreon at the Lumbridge Community Pool. Just if you wanna. It's as cheap as can be, just $1. You get to join our Discord, videos come out a little earlier, and you get a shout out. So without further ado, thank you, CW Warrior, Big Bad Ape, Foss, Orange Glad, Icosa, Pumpkin, Blue Animal, Red WZ, Kojak Horseman, Disco Daddy, Bookworm, Corumple, Chud, Hepta, Temmie, Gaverden, Hilda Bilda, Sokudan, Tarantino Q, Motho, Monty, Mario, Mari Mars, Other Fire Angel, Tiki Mug, Octopada, Bustaman, Doomcat, Galaxy Dork, Maximus, Ninja 00283, Matt, Connor, Birche, Lil Zos, Chuck Quizmo, Jilly Bean, Murgatroyd 99, Knowledge, Goop da Roop, Dinky Smecker, Eva, Mibbles, Hoop Chip, Sky Dreamer, Veep, Nako, and Jimmy Dory. See you real soon.